Now, with the winter weather totally upon us and rail strikes looming, could we be heading for a travel nightmare before Christmas?
Our travel man Simon Calder is here to help you and your loved ones find a way home this Christmas. Simon, good to have you with us. All right, let's start with what effects snow and ice are going to have on travel this very morning.
Well, unfortunately, there are already tens of thousands of people who aren't where they need to be, and that's because all the chaos we saw over the weekend. It started actually in Dublin on Friday. Loads of cancellations and delays there.
What was that?
Well, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my
Did you
goodness.
get stuck?
Yeah, we were supposed to fly at 2:15, and then we ended up taking off at 7:30.
Oh, that's a big delay.
Well, it's a big delay, and I'm really sorry, but you were lucky to
we
get
got out
at all.
That's how we felt.
So then Manchester on Saturday, that runway was closed for several hours, and loads of diversions and people ending up, would you believe, in Paris due to the problems there. Then yesterday, things started badly at Gatwick. De-icing, absolutely important to get that done for all aircraft before they take off. There were queues doing that. That slowed things up, started leading to cancellations. And then things couldn't get in. So one plane from Pisa in Italy tries to get into Gatwick, flies around in circles over the channel for a while, thinks, OK, well, we'll go to Southampton then, that's open, goes there, flies around over the New Forest for half an hour more, eventually ends up in Manchester. Obviously, everybody completely safe, because safety is absolutely the top priority in aviation, but people all over the place. Just speaking to a guy in Brussels, he was expecting to be at Stansted last night, coming back from Spain. Instead, he's there waiting for a connection, and this is just replicated all over the place.
So what are people's rights if the weather wrecks their plans?
Well, here's what your rights are. The airline has an absolute obligation to get you where you need to be. Today, I've counted getting on for 300 cancellations already out of Heathrow and back, Gatwick, Stansted, Luton in particular, London City, all the southeast airports. They've got to get you on a flight as soon as possible. The trouble is there aren't that many seats available. They've also got to find you a hotel and give you your meals. But once again, it's pretty difficult, which is why I'm hearing from a lot of people who spent the night on the floor at various airport terminals in southeast England instead of beginning their holidays. It's absolutely miserable.
What about the roads and the trains as well?
OK, so the roads were horrible overnight. Northern reaches of the M25, of course, the London orbital motorway, that actually came to a halt. Some people spending hours in their cars there. There's also been problems on the M11, which goes from London to Stansted Airport and Cambridge. The M2, of course, to North Kent and to Dover. That's had problems. The AA says obviously be prepared today, and National Highways actually say that roads are running normally, but we have seen problems on the M6. The M54 was closed for a time, so it's been pretty grim. That's on the roads. Yeah.
I'm sort of looking ahead. Strikes are coming as well. So looking ahead over the festive period. Firstly, what are we looking out for this week strike-wise? OK, so if you can possibly get to where you need to be on the trains today, that's going to be a really good idea. They're not all running, particularly in Kent, Sussex and Surrey. But you want to get there by tonight, because cancellations ahead of the next round of national rail strikes start at 5:30 with the Sunderland to London train. That's been cancelled, and that will continue through the evening. So striking on Tuesday and Wednesday. No services at all in Scotland north of Cowdenbeath in Fife. Almost nothing in Wales, apart from services from the valleys and from Newport to Cardiff. Cornwall completely cut off by rail. There are some services running. It's only typically between 7:30 in the morning and 6:30 in the evening. Make sure you're going to get to your destination. That carries on till Thursday morning. We'll have more delays. It's a sort of respite day. And then the whole strike starts again on Friday, going into Saturday, and things will be in disarray until Sunday, probably about lunchtime. Then you got the UK Border Force strike. I sound just like the voice of Travel Doom.
I know you do. Why are they striking, just out of interest?
OK, so the rail workers, this is all about pay, it's about job security, and it's about working arrangements. And they're basically unhappy with what the train operators and Network Rail have offered. UK Border Force, it's about pay, it's about pensions, and it's about job security. And you've got 1,000 members of the PCS union walking out at Heathrow, Gatwick, Manchester, Cardiff, Birmingham and Glasgow Airport on the 23rd of December. That's a really busy Friday, the Friday before Christmas.
Wow.
And we just don't know what's going to happen. Manchester State, we're going to have cancellations in advance. Nothing's been cancelled yet. Gatwick says we're going to run everything. Who knows?
23rd till when are they?
It goes 23rd till Boxing Day. Then they have a day off. Quite a lot of having a day off in the middle of strikes. And then they start again on the 28th and go through to New Year's Eve. You've got all your usual rail engineering work over Christmas and New Year.
Yeah.
That finishes on the 2nd of January, and then the next national rail strike starts on the 3rd.
So if people are flying out in that period, will that affect them if you're flying out? Because obviously you're checking the passport on the way in.
OK, fine, yeah, exactly right. So you don't have your passport checked on the way out of the UK, but here's what could possibly happen. There's 50 long-haul flights due to come into Heathrow before 9 o'clock in the morning. They all get in, all the passengers get off. Yes, you've got servicemen and women who are doing some passport checking, but they really can't make up for people with decades of experience and expertise.
Yeah.
So the queues build up. So the next planes come along and the pilots are told, keep your passengers on the plane because we can't literally fit them into the arrivals hall. That means those planes are stuck there. You can't get people out. Departures fills up. All the gates filled up. You start getting diversions and cancellations. It gets very messy very quickly, I'm afraid. That's why it can affect outbound flights.
So do you see a way out of this before this comes along?
Right, there might be some preemptive cancellations. That would be where, effectively, the airlines are told you've got to cancel 10% of your flights. Nothing's happened yet. Don't change anything. Don't cancel. Don't fret, because almost everybody is going to get where they need to be. I think what we may well see is actually having flights being retimed. So normally you get loads of flights coming in from America into Heathrow first thing in the morning. You might actually find that they're delayed and they don't arrive till early afternoon, by which stage the queues have died down. That's the sort of thing we might see. At this stage, though, we just don't know.
It's a lot,
Simon,
isn't it?
thank you, though. Thanks for being so across it for us,
Thank you,
because there's so much to concentrate. Brilliant.
Amazing.
Great stuff. Thank you, Simon.